Welcome back to my channel. It's Soleil. It's going to be a little wobbly, guys, and I hope y'all don't get seasick. This is a new tripod type situation, um, but I'm back. Okay, I do want to get another one like the old one I used to have. It would attach to my um air vent thingy, and it's less wobbly. But just bear with me, okay? We got to be safe, and I want to be able to talk without worrying about holding my camera, even though I drive with one hand, but still. I'm in the VCU area that took over our whole entire city. So y'all will see that in my background. It stands for Virginia Commonwealth University. Thank you for coming back, Kiara. Honey, I had a little technical difficulty. I didn't put the phone on Do Not Disturb again. And hopefully nobody calls. The person I was meeting, they called because we couldn't find each other, but we back. So we're gonna finish the conversation about carrying the wounds from our first love. And if you're catching part two, I did not put in parentheses our parents. We're talking about parents. We're not talking about romantic relationships. Where I left off at in part one was talking about kind of comparing, or really that there is no comparison to the heartbreak that you feel when you have a romantic partner, your first heartbreak, comparing that to the very first heartbreak most people experience, which is with their parents or their caretaker. There's really no comparison, to be quite honest, because honey, once you get your heart broken with a romantic situation for the first time, that shit feels like death because you don't have any coping skills to deal with that. If it's your first time, you don't know how to deal with it, right? The way you end up dealing with it is just the way you end up dealing with it. You've never experienced it before, so your true character and coping skills and things really start to show and shape after you've gotten your heart broken for the first time. But like when we're talking about, that's romantic. When we're talking about platonic and with our foundational relationship, it's much different. And I think it's no comparison because it's not something that you can quite grieve through, because our parents are in our lives for the most part. For our parents that are still alive, you carry them with you every single day, and that pain and that hurt and the type of way you learn to still maneuver throughout life, having them in your life even though they've hurt you, it's just something very personal and nothing that you can learn to deal with from a book or from a person. You just have to from your own personal experiences, because those wounds can be so deep and so personal and so unique to your experience. Nobody else has experienced what you've experienced with your parent. You're their child. So it's your own personal journey. You got to figure it out. It's tough. So what made me even come on here and have this conversation is because I don't want to give too much away, because this lady has actually like been on television and stuff, and part of their story has been public knowledge, and I don't really want people to think I'm talking about them, but it's no secret what this person has been through with their children. And like to hear out of the mouth of the person that I'm sure has caused their child pain, it was just, I felt her child's pain. She's like, we don't do that, we don't care about that. Mental health, what is that? What is that? Honey, Google it. Like, it's a thing. It's not something that millennials are making up. It's something that we are, the conversation around it, we're blessed and fortunate. Honey, I don't even know if that's the proper word because this shit is tough. We are blessed and fortunate and tasked with giving language to the things that we experience. They didn't have that language. Our mothers and our grandmothers and everybody else before, they didn't have the knowledge, the tools, the resources, and the language to confront mental distress, mental illness, and poor mental health. They didn't have that. We have that. So in a sense, it's like they look at us just like how that lady looked me square in my face and was like, "We don't. What? You crying? What you crying for?" Mental distress and mental illness is not somebody crying. That, if I'm crying, it's because I'm upset and hurt and embarrassed. That's an emotion. Mental health is very, very serious. Mental conditions, mental distress, that is a whole, it's a big ass DSM that has different additions and always being developed and studied. It's a thing. Okay? Like, we ain't talking about regular human emotions, boo-boo. We talking about trauma, shit that sticks with you, shit that alters your perspective, your view, your lens, your actions, your decision making. your day-to-day cognitive behavior, cognitive understanding. That's what mental health is. Everything goes on. All right, Kiara, did my sound come back? Let me know, and I'm gonna read your comment because I'm at the toll. Exactly right. As black women, we are stressed to max sometimes and are not even always aware. But she ain't even aware of her words, her actions. She told her child the crap I went through with you when I was pregnant and raising you as a single mom. Am I back? What is going on? The enemy mad that I'm putting y'all on to game this morning. Okay, great. Yay. Okay. Awesome. So what I was tell me where you the last thing you heard, because I was saying that me as a 30-year-old to this 51-year-old, 50 whatever, however she is, 50-year-old, she pretty much, people, especially black women, older black women, you can't tell them nothing. You can't tell us nothing anyway, but you can tell. I'm more, I'm gonna speak for myself. I'll listen when you talking some real stuff, when you putting me on game, not when you're just spewing opinions. If you talking about facts and stuff that you can prove, I'm gonna listen to you, right? But you can't tell that lady nothing. She looked me dead square in my face and was like, what I went through with you talking about you got a hard life. I've sacrificed this for you. I was a single parent for you. Thank you for all of that. Really appreciate it. But that does not mean that if I'm telling you my experience with you, there were some shortcomings. And emotionally, I think this is what black parents don't understand. Like, emotionally, your children need you there way more emotionally than they do financially. Not like, I ain't gonna say financially because that's a lie. I need you to make sure I'm cared for as well, because I got another testimony on that. Good morning, JoJo. Sorry for all the wobbling. I have a new tripod thing, but it's safe right now with what I'm going through, right? What I'm doing. But anyway, parents think that because they are there more financially and that you don't need anything physically, that outweighs their responsibility to care for you emotionally. It does not outweigh. No, 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 no. If anything, I need you a little bit more, because we gonna be broke. And if we broke and you ain't emotionally available for my needs, my emotions and all of that, what do I have? Honey, because if we broke and we struggling, we poor, we in this together, I got your hugs and your love and your kisses and your words of affirmation. I'm rich in spirit. It's not enough to just be rich with material possessions and tangible things. It's the untangible things that you cannot see that pour into your child's spirit more than anything, that matters more than anything. Yes, their physical needs absolutely matter. They do. But we love to throw that word sacrifice around. We really do. And to be quite honest, I start to wonder sometimes, like, not with all parents, but with some parents, those sacrifices that you're making, was it solely for you and your family, or was it to appease other people to say, okay, was it like you overcompensating? Well, yeah, I'm a single mom, I'm a single father, but my kids don't want for nothing though, and they got this and that on it. Who cares about all of that? If they're emotionally bankrupt and they can't come to you when they need to talk about life's challenges, but they got the flyest Jordans on or whatever, are you doing that for other people or for me? Because I don't care about these Jordans. I go to school and people say I look good, but well, I can't go home and get a kiss from my mama or my daddy at night. Which one matters? So when we put that on the scale like that, I drive with my knee, y'all, so I promise I'm being safe. When we weigh it out, we put it on a scale like that, What do you think matters more? The fact that I can go to school and look fly and be best dressed for superlatives in a yearbook, or the fact that I'm loved and I'm cared for and I'm seen and I'm heard at home? For me in my house, the second one matters more to me in my house. So those are just my perspectives. But honey, when I tell you, I didn't even like, I just listened to her because I love to listen to people and find out their perspective, because it gives me more data, and I could be able to say, well, technically no, that's not true, because there are some people out here that believe this, some people out here that believe that. If I never listen to find out other people's perspectives and experiences, I'm just regurgitating what I feel, what I think. It's not all about what I think and I feel. Thank you for the likes, y'all. So I like to listen to people. I didn't challenge nothing she said. Number one, she's an elder. She's older than me, even though I'm a grown ass woman. But for what? I'm just meeting you. It's the first time I'm really having a conversation with you. I'm not about to go toe to toe with you about my views, even though some of the things she said were really offensive, because she was like, we don't do that. We don't. What is mental health? Like, I know from my own experience in my own mental health things that I have experienced. I'm not gonna let nobody look at me in my face and tell me what I've experienced ain't true when I know what I've experienced is true. I'm not gonna argue with you about that, because I know what I know. You know what you think you know. You know what you suppress. You know what I mean? So for you to tell me what is mental health, we don't do that. I know for a fact, if you went and you sat in a therapist's office and got back to the origin of your story, which is your childhood, and you started talking about that stuff, I guarantee you would be up in tears, if not a ball, on a couch in the therapist's office. Guarantee that. I can see the pain behind your strength. She said, cause strength, huh? I feel like for you to be crying and stuff like that, that's weakness. I was like, oh wow. I didn't challenge that, but I did give my perspective. I said, you know what's interesting? My perspective on that, because it started to feel a little personal at that point. I personally found my strength in being vulnerable. I have personally found my strength in being able to express all emotions on the emotion wheel. I don't find my strength simply in pushing and doing and enduring. I find my strength there, but I also find my strength in being able to say, Ma, my sister, my friends, a partner, whoever, I'm not having a good day and I need your support. There's so much strength in that. And even if that strength is allowing me to not be weak for a long period of time, because if I do have a moment of weakness, I found strength to be able to pick up my phone and make a phone call to garner the extra support that I need to not be weak. Like, and who's to say being weak is the end all be all? You ain't dead, you still here. So there's strength in that. So perspective is everything. If you want to say that crying is a y'all know I love Jesus and I love science, because let's talk about the science of it, right? Crying is cleansing. Like, look into the science of it. Look into what happens why your body forms tears. You suppressing some shit. Like, you're literally doing extra work to make tears not fall from your eyes. Why are you doing that extra work for something that's natural and cleansing? Your body wants to do that. You get a piece of dirt in your eye, what your eye start doing? Creating liquid to be able to help you get it out and move it around, things like that. There is a reason for the way that your body is designed. And when you suppress your emotions or you suppress crying, what do you think that's doing to you? You pushing stuff way deep down, and you, because it's in a compartment in your brain, in the back of your brain somewhere, you feel like it don't exist. Oh, it's in there, it never went away. That trauma that you endured as a child, as a teenager, as a 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old person, it's still there. It doesn't go away just because you don't want to talk about it. It shows up, like I said in part one. Everybody around you, your children that you telling, suck it up, they experience the effects of you ignoring mental health and thinking that mental health is just made up. Baby, you go to the doctor to get your checkup. You go to the doctor to look at your hoo-ha. You go to the foot doctor and the eye doctor, and why don't you go to the mind doctor and the brain doctor just to do a little tune-up? Nothing's wrong with you. So everybody, I'm sorry, I may come off disrespectful, but that is time is up for that old washed up ignorant ass thinking. It's washed up, it's outdated, It may have worked for you in the past. It's not working for you now because a lot of us 30-something-year-olds are dealing with parents that refuse to acknowledge the truth of their upbringing. Nobody is saying that you did not do the best that you could. Nobody is saying that you're crazy or this and that. But what I'm saying is the effects of having been raised by you the way that I was raised, although you did the best that you could and I had good clothes and food and all that stuff, emotionally, there are some parts of my journey and my spirit that are broken because I did not, receive words of affirmation. Or I was not, you didn't show up for my graduation. I saw all these other parents with their children smiling, laughing, got roses and flowers and accolades and words of affirmations and hugs and cuddles. Like, I experienced not having that. That affected me. And I didn't realize it was going to affect me until I saw that other people had it and I didn't. And folks looking at me like, where your parents at? I thought, I knew it wasn't normal. I felt some kind of way about the person not being there. But I didn't think I was supposed to be like overly upset about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And that's just one little example. You know what I mean? Like the things that you say to your child, suck it up. Be a better person. Be a man. Be a bigger person. Why are you upset? Why this and this and this and that? Why are you acting like that? Why are you diminishing my voice? Her child told her own mother, this lady I was talking to yesterday, her child told her, you diminished my voice. That her daughter is in her 30s. For a grown 30-something-year-old woman to say that to their mother and they just diminish, they just hear that statement. I said, how did that make you feel? I asked her, when you heard your child say that, how did that make you feel? Because now I'm just collecting data at this point. She said, I don't care. I was like, and I just put myself in her shoes and I'm like, her daughter's shoes. What? Because at least with my parents, we talk. Me and my mom, we still got a lot of work to do. But, I talk to my dad about certain things, and my sister talks to my mom more about other things, and I hear certain things through my sister. So I don't hear them directly from my mom. But let me see if we hear. This don't look like his apartment. Um, but I know my mama trying. I do know that, and her mama ain't even trying. We here. This is his house.
No,
Oh,
I have no clue why in the hell my
hold
car
on,
just
y'all.
ran hot. But I
Oh,
know like my stepdad told me like in the antifreeze when it does that, but I
yeah.
have no freaking clue.
Oh, you want to pop it and look at it?
Yeah, I got some antifreeze with me, luckily.
Okay, okay. All right, I'm gonna back up. Um, yeah, like to hear that her mom just was like, I don't care. I said, oh, y'all, and if I got into the details of this particular situation, all I can say is some people really love their mama to a fault. You're supposed to always love and honor your parents, right? But baby, some hurt and some pain is irreversible, and if you human, it's supposed to affect you. So the daughter is suppressing some stuff too, because the daughter has also sacrificed a lot for her mom, a lot. And I'm trying to, if I told the story, y'all be like, what? But just trust me on this, that her daughter has sacrificed a lot. And she did some stuff for her mom that a lot of y'all would not do. I already know that. It affected her finances, her current marriage, her her personal life, but she did all this stuff because she loved her mama. But anyway, and to hear her mama say, I don't care. Oh, girl. Hell to the no, to the no, no, to no, no, yeah, no, no. You are not supposed to endure and disrespect and abuse just because somebody is a parent. That's just my opinion. And I know it's going to be some 30, 40, 50, 60 year olds on here that don't agree with me, but I'm not gonna say I don't care, but I know what I'm talking about. I know how I feel. I know what my experience has been with these subjects. And just because you don't agree does not mean that my experience is not true. It is. You didn't live it. It's true. I'm telling you it's true. I'm telling you that I sit around with friends and family and have these conversations about our loving, amazing parents. Two things can be true at the same time. You can be a great parent and provide physically and monetarily and with things tangibly for your children, but they could also be emotionally bankrupt. They could also be feel diminished by what you have said to them and what you didn't say to them. And we understand too, though. Let's talk about the other side. We understand too that you had your own trauma, and there are some things that you. The sad part about it is we are very clear on what's happening. We are very clear on our trauma, your trauma. We are doing our work. We are so brave. Hand clap for all the millennials out there, because we get a lot of shit talked about us. But baby, we are pioneers. We are doing this work. We are breaking barriers, generational trauma. Listen, it is not easy. And no, our generation's problems don't look like their problems. However, their problems don't look like the generation before them problems. So we can talk about who had it worse. Baby, this experience ain't easy on nobody. We all came here to learn some shit. So if we act like, oh, well, my journey is worse than your journey is invalid, that shit is, why are we debating about that? I didn't go through slavery or the Holocaust or, excuse me, segregation or, direct blatant racism. But I'm going through some other shit, and it's just as painful. It breaks your spirit the same. Y'all mad at us because we're brave enough to name the thing and call the thing a thing instead of acting like it doesn't exist. That's what it sounded like to me. Because a grown 50-year-old something woman pretty much told me that stuff, we don't do that. What is it going to do? You're going to cry? I'm not crying. That's going to take up too much time. And crying ain't going to take up that. Girl, you better let them tears fall from your eyes and wipe them and feel blessed afterwards. I know I feel better after a good cry session. And guess what? I'm going to cry and I'm going to boss up. Like, I'm not suppressing shit for nobody. And I know I don't be on here cussing like that, but this is how I talk. I don't feel the need to, is he okay? To talk like this on YouTube all the time, child. Because, people miss the message when the messenger be cussing all the time, child. But, yeah, ain't nobody suppressing nothing to make nobody else comfortable. Honey, if I tell my truth and you were the, what's the word, antagonist in it, well, you were. You might be my daddy or my mama, but am I lying? Sometimes your truth needs to be heard by other people so they know that they are not alone in their experience. So they can also see somebody on the other side that has survived, that's practicing wellness, they are thriving, because they need to know that they can do it too. I'm gonna read y'all's comments. I see y'all commenting. Y'all know I would never ignore y'all. I was just going in. Grand Rising JoJo. She said, Grand Rising, I'm back to you. Yes, like you said, Kiara, that lady. Sometimes we stress and we don't even know. Because we packing so much shit instead of packing light. I don't have my pack light hat on today. Y'all go to my website, get you a necklace and a pack light hat and a pack light shirts in the description box. But yeah, some people don't even be knowing, child, because they so used to go, 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 go. Gotta do this, gotta be this. Honey, pause and reflect on your life and yourself and how you truly feel. I guarantee you ain't nothing wrong with it. I heard you say mental health is found in the DSM. So there's different versions. You said DSM-5. I'm not a therapist or a mental health professional, but there are multiple versions. I think the fifth one is the most current one. But the DSM is simply a huge book of mental disorders. And it, honey, if you look, everybody got one. So, but yeah, I don't have that book. That's for like therapists and social workers and stuff. You gonna leave your car here?
I'm not about to make you late or stress about this.
Oh, you
We
fine?
right down the street.
Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. Um, you want to say hey to them?
Oh.
Just checking. Kiera says you're right. Sometimes mothers can be focused on surviving, and a lot of people were raised on survival that they forget their children need kindness and respect. Yes, I'm not faulting them for how they did what they did. Our generation is cleaning up the mess.
Yep.
That's what we're doing. But some of them feel really disrespected by that, like we're slapping them in the face. No, look how amazing we are. Y'all raised us, but we're cleaning up the mess. We're cleaning it up just a little bit. We're the janitor generation. Kira says, I have been reflecting the same things in my 30s, girl. From my mother, rest her soul, God rest her soul. Suffering in love, treating us like the way we would show up. Hold on, I might be reading this wrong. Hold on. Let me make sure. suffering in love, treating us like the way we would show up was through the church. Okay, how my father was a total dusty and how that has trickled down to my brothers 100%. JoJo says, right, I set boundaries with my mom and and once I had my first child, I realized at that point a talk with her was needed. Yes, JoJo. Kiera says, Joe, I'm proud of you being able to do that. It's important. I'm proud of her too. I had to do the same thing with my father too. Yes, y'all better have these healing conversations with these parents. It ain't always easy, girl, because they be like, who you talking to? I raised you. Well, you did, but we got to talk. I'm here for that. I love it. I love this conversation that y'all are having. Make a right and then a right.
Yeah.
Okay. They are needed. It's not easy work, y'all, but I'm giving y'all kudos and pats on the back because some of our parents can be very confrontational when it comes to these things because they're not looking at it objectively. They just look at it like, well, I'm your mama, you my child. You telling me this, you must be saying that I didn't do a good job. When did I say that? I'm just saying, because you can look at me and see the fruits of my labor and my life, and you should be proud of that. So I'm not diminishing me and my experience as your child. You did a great job, but I'm saying to you, can we talk about these other pieces? Because I'm having a hard time in my life as a person, or if you have children, as a mother, I'm struggling. Can we do this together? Like, a lot of us just want to reach back and hold our mother and father's hands as a person, not as a parent, just as a person. Can we go through this journey together? You can do it alone. It's really painful. But imagine if you had your mama, your daddy, your auntie, whoever raised you to support you in that process. And then in turn, they get healing as well. That's a beautiful thing. But too many black parents are not ready to do that because it makes them have to come to a realization about some stuff and take some accountability for some stuff. And y'all know we got a problem with doing that as well. So it's tough. Kudos to everybody who's open about this process and wants to go on that journey with you, because it don't happen often. Keep straight.
Oh, right, my bad.
Okay. Um, yeah, y'all. So this thing is tough. When I was looking at that lady, I just felt for her so much, and I felt for her children. Cause another thing she was talking about too, and this about to step on some toes, but I told her I was a parent, that I have a son, and she said, well, what's your experience like being a parent now that you're a mother? I said, first of all, didn't want to be a mother. First of all, second of all, now I've shifted my narrative. I got to do an update video for y'all too, because y'all saw my story about how I didn't want to be a mother. I need to do an update because y'all know my son is absolutely thriving now. But well, he's been thriving. But dang. Oh, I just told her, I said I'm happy about my motherhood experience now because I get to shape what my household looks like, what traditions we want to do, what type of interactions we have in my house. I don't yell at my child. Have I yelled at my child before? Yes, but I don't practice beating my child or yelling at my child. I don't do that. I'm a very conscious parent. I try to think about the way I want to parent and the type of parent that I want to be. And he's two. Like, why am I yelling and beating a 2-year-old? I'm not doing that. So I told her, I said, it's really empowering. This one or that one?
That one.
Okay. I said it's really empowering to be able to rewrite the way my personal generation, my family is gonna do things. So when I instill things in him, he's gonna go on and have his own family later. But anyway, I brought that up because she said her son was really feminine, and she clearly had a problem with that. She raised her son, and she was saying that she heard what I said about my experience with my son and speaking life into him, and he's very expressive. My son talks a lot, even at 2. I told her, I said, I want to keep that in my household because we've all dealt with men that don't know how to emote, that don't know how they feel, and I don't want to raise another little black boy like that. I cannot teach him how to be a man. He has his father for that. He has other great male figures in both of our lives to show him how to be a man, but I can show him how to treat a woman. I can show him how men treat women. I can absolutely do that. Okay. This one coming up? Okay. But she was pretty much, she heard what I said. She was worried, quote unquote, about my son being feminine because of me raising him and teaching him how to emote. I already know that's where she was going with that. But girl, listen, these kids will be what they want to be. I understand though that there are some quote unquote feminine men that were raised by moms and they, emulate their moms because it's what they see. But I told her I'm intentional about the people I have in his life. And at the end of the day, you could do quote unquote all the right things. Your kid's gonna be who they want to be. You know what I'm saying? But she don't accept him.
Right here.
Out here.
Yeah.
And then, okay. She don't accept him how he is, and she said a lot of stuff. That's gonna be a whole nother conversation because I'm pulling up to where I gotta go. So I'm gonna go And y'all be blessed, but parents can break their kids' hearts and they do it all the time. It's very painful. And if you've experienced that, you haven't started doing your work to address that, and you can't have a conversation with your parents, you can still do this thing by yourself. It's going to be tough, but it's a lot of people out here that are in the soul tribe that know what you're going through, and you're not by yourself. So go check out my website, soulriseessentials.com. It's in my bio. And we're going to get out of here and go do this photo shoot. Let me read these comments before we get out of here. Um, Thanks, Kira. That was the best decision ever. She has completely changed since that time. Oh, that's great. She still needs work, but she's trying. JoJo, the fact that your mama is trying, that's beautiful. Kiara says, you're welcome, JoJo. Works in progress is what we are, absolutely. Kiara says, don't want the skeletons to come up, girl. They don't want the skeletons to come up. JoJo says, that's crazy how everyone's upbringing is different. My childhood made me want a family so badly so I could do things differently. I can't wait to have a little boy soon to add to my baby girls. Are you pregnant, JoJo? Kiera says, wow, that was super honest. So late. I would have never known you felt that way about motherhood. Girl, no, motherhood was not in my cards. I just never saw it. Like, you know me, I was free spirited doing my thing, but he here now, and I love being his mommy. It's awesome to see you continue to expand and grow up. Thank you, Kiara. I really appreciate you for showing love, and I really appreciate it. But I'm gonna do a follow-up video to that because I said something. I was very raw and honest in that video. Go watch that video, Kiara. I think I revealed that I was pregnant in that video, and I talked about my thoughts in motherhood. And they are shocking. It's definitely something that you probably wouldn't expect me to say, but I got real in that video. So I'm gonna do a follow-up to that, because things have changed so much, and my relationships with my parents have changed so much since then. So, we got to just keep doing our work and being honest. Like, stop not being honest. Stop acting like mental health is not a thing. Stop acting like mental distress and mental disorders are not a thing, y'all. People was dealing with this shit back in the day. They was dying and kirking out and having episodes and shit back in the day. They didn't have language to it. They would send these people to psych wards or wherever they send them to, or just kick them out and they be on the street wandering around. Everybody knows somebody back in the day that didn't had an episode about something and ain't nobody know what to call it. This generation is naming the names. Okay, we're going to therapy and figuring out what is going on with us and what was going on with them other people. So don't let nobody, I'm sorry, I respect all of my elders. I still be calling people Miss this and Mr. that just because I'm from the South and I believe in, you're older than me, you deserve respect. Everybody deserves respect, but girl, let me get that respect back. Okay? Don't tell me what I don't know because you older than me, girl. I know things that you don't know and vice versa. Uh, Yes, don't talk to anyone about it because I want to enjoy the journey with my partner and myself. But motherhood has been the best. Like, you better, girl, congratulations. I got to go, y'all, because we're a little behind schedule. But, JoJo, I'm here for that. And being a boy mom, I prayed for a boy, has been very rewarding. So I know those little girls are a blessing to you, but, honey, yeah, enjoy that. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all for listening. I'll be back. I hate to be like rushing every time I come on here, but I had a moment and I didn't want to not do a video. So I hope y'all enjoyed this, and yeah, peace, y'all. All right, y'all, have a good one.